Welcome, Umar, and everyone else who's just joining us. I'm just checking to see if we're streaming effectively. Twitch seems to be giving me the indication that we're live. Would you like to introduce yourself, Umar?
Hello everyone, my name is Umer, and first of all, thank you Sam for organizing this pair live testing on Sunday. And I'm really pleased to join one of the Bug Hunter website CEO, and I'm really surprised that I'm going to working with. I'll be joining her on this session for 1 hour. And first of all, about myself, I've been working on the freelance on the UTest.com for a couple of years, and I'm really excited to go ahead and do live pair testing with Sam. Thank you.
What do you enjoy about testing, Umar?
Testing is first of all is just we doing from the perspective of the customer. We bringing the quality product, we delivering the quality product to the customer. That's what I enjoy. And when we find the bugs and these get resolved, so that's what I enjoy the most.
Cool. And what? Where are you located?
I'm located in UK,
Yep.
London at the moment.
Cool. And I'm from Australia. My name's Sam. I'm hosting this live testing session. If anyone's interested in participating in some live testing, feel free to reach out. We're going to go through e-commerce sites at the moment. We're going to go through some Chrome extension tools as well, and we're also going to talk about our process. And as we document some ideas, we're going to flesh out a little mind map of brainstorming testing ideas. I find my mind maps are pretty powerful for brainstorming testing ideas. Have you used a mind map before, Umar?
In my previous company, I used a little bit, but the processes was so much. It was a banking industry, so we didn't have enough time. But whenever I used to get time, I used to uh, try them. But because of the time and availability issues, I didn't try a lot. So, but I have
Sweet.
used it before.
Okay. And have you been working on any e-commerce websites at the moment?
Yes, with UTest, we work a lot of work is on the e-commerce website. So
Okay, cool. And what type of stuff do people tend to sell on these platforms?
there's different stuff from finance application, from basically Amazon type of application. Mostly they are buying and selling the products like eBay stuff and this kind of stuff, and this kind of yes.
Cool. Mm. Oh yes, yeah, yeah. Cool. The feed is up. I just wanted to check that. I will try to be monitoring chats on Twitch as well, but I think yes, I will be able to monitor the chat. If anyone has any questions, I'll shoot them your way. So to give you a bit of an overview, one of the Chrome extensions we're using is called Bug Magnet. Can you give us a bit of a spiel about this product, Uma?
Yes, because what happened because of the cloud and the testing is going really fast from last couple of months, and you don't have time to generate test that stuff. So I follow plenty of people around the world, and Sam is one of the people, and other people.
I think we've just lost Uma. Hopefully he gets back online at some point. You there?
Hello, so internet got interrupted, so I'm
Yeah, I
back
think
again.
we're having some internet connectivity problems,
Hello.
but that's fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, so mainly it's like bug magnet is it just saves your time, and you can go in the text field and use different kind of SQL injection emojis, and you can check the validation whether they're working fine. So that's the main purpose.
Cool. So yeah, we've enabled Bug Magnet as a Chrome extension And so we'll be doing some exploratory testing using WooCommerce integrated with WordPress. I've integrated my WordPress blog with Stripe using some of their test API keys. And the Stripe documentation is pretty cool. If you want to set up some sort of payment integration into WordPress, I found this very easy to get started. Stripe has also given us a bunch of test credit card numbers that we can use. So, for example, 4242 is a test Visa credit card that we can use. For my blog, this is my admin portal that I see when I've logged into my blog and I'm managing all the content. This is the WooCommerce setup, and these are just some of the extra things you can set up, like sending off emails if someone has a cancelled order or a failed order. I probably should update those emails, but that's fine. And when you go through orders, you can see what was triggered. I've enabled the test APIs on my blog, and 37 minutes ago, I was testing that myself to see if it worked. But for some reason, you can see that some sort of bot on the internet has been trying to get into my payment gateway. The last time I set this up, it was working correctly on my side. But yeah, we'll be able to check this view to see how our testing goes. I only have one product on my e-commerce setup. Sorry, I need to... Someone's trying to... Never mind. I just have to ignore that one. My other phone is vibrating. I have one product set up, and it was just to test out the Stripe integration. It's not linked anywhere on my website, but I do have a link for it, and it's just buy me a coffee, $3.50. Keep me caffeinated so I can continue to live stream this content. So
Yes, because I've been following you, and you other day you shared a blog that you have to stay awake till 3 in the morning to attend one of the conferences, so it will help you stay awake.
Yeah, some caffeine that day would have been really appreciated. That conference was actually an Apply Tools, the future of mobile testing.
Okay, that's
Yeah, so I only stayed up to watch the keynote, and I wanted to watch more, but it was just way too late. So I definitely need some more caffeine at some point.
okay.
So when thinking about testing your some websites, what are some of the ideas that we can potentially explore? So I've just started with a little bit of brainstorming with we can test different credit cards. We can go through different currencies, cross-browser testing if we want to, mobile responsiveness. So what are some other ideas there, Umer?
UI.
Yeah, what would you want to test in the UI?
UI UX, like basically the page is according to the mockups, according to the requirements, all the text fields are okay, all the logo is showing properly on the website. Is it clickable? All the links are clickable on the main page. So that's part of the UI testing according to my thinking.
Yeah, there's always
All the all the colors of the buttons are displayed properly, and they're all clickable, they're all enabled.
and I guess they dismiss, or they interact. They change color when interacting and stuff like that. You can always do a bit of accessibility testing. I mean, like, we're not likely to do performance testing, for this type of project, simply because, well, I guess from an infrastructure point of view, I have my WordPress blog hosted on a Google Cloud service, and I don't know if I have auto scaling enabled for that service. The only thing that if I did performance testing against my own blog, I would just get an expensive Google Cloud bill for the month.
Okay.
um,
But sorry to interrupt you, but there's some application called like GT Metrics where you can check your website performance. So,
yeah. So
and there's
we could just do a web check on performance as well, or we don't necessarily need to do that right for this session, but it could be something we do further down the track.
yes.
I guess there's also, if you're dealing with a payment platform, there's security considerations as well. What are some of the things that can go wrong from a security point of view if you're dealing with payments?
All the information should be encrypted.
Yep. So we're going to make sure we've got SSL certs. There's a whole rabbit hole of things we could dive down into when it comes to security, checking encryption, that people can't steal credit cards either, that they're stored in a safe location. Because I'm using a third-party tool, I don't need to do as much security testing myself to see if there's any issues, because I can rely on the third-party integration I trust the third-party integration to have investigated issues like that. But, you wouldn't want to be in the newspaper tomorrow having leaked a bunch of credit card numbers, right?
Yes. Because now and then there's sometimes you get an email or your Amazon account doesn't work. Can you click on this link, and it takes you everywhere, and you're thinking this is not right.
Yeah. There's lots of phishing attacks out there trying to steal your information. If you ever want to check that you have been involved with an internet breach, the have I been pawned, you can enter in your email. I'm going to enter in my email from that I created when I was 12 years old. So I've had this email for 18 years. And it's been included in so many data breaches. Yes, this email has been part of 12 data breaches. So I don't rely. This is not my secure email. But yeah, if you ever want to check if you've been part of a data breach, Have I Been Pawned is a pretty cool website. It was created by a gentleman who lives in Queensland.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm getting slightly off topic. So I guess that will give us enough to start focusing on how to test different things. So I'll start going through testing, and I'll ask Umer for your thoughts along the way. This is the first time we're doing live exploratory testing, so we're still working out the kinks, and I hope the screen share is okay for anyone who's catching the live stream. I'm still trying to figure out technology. I think the next iteration of this will probably be more improved and better. So thank you for your patience while we're doing this. I'm going to do this in... Do I want to do this in... So to walk you through the functionality, we'll just go through a happy path scenario. So it will add it's in the cart. And if we add a payment, I think that test credit card number What's a test name we should use, Umer?
Dummy testing. Or Sam dummy testing. Sam Umer dummy testing.
Okay, dummy testing it is. Just some random expiry. I don't have a billing address either. So, have you seen Finding Nemo?
Sorry?
Have you seen Finding Nemo?
Have
It's
you seen Finding Nemo?
yeah. It's a film.
No.
Oh, okay. It's just I'm just referencing the address used in the film, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. That's one of my favorite.
Oh, you got good memory, so you remember.
Uh, I guess when there's some jokes in a film about Australia, and
Right.
we'll put in a test number 123 123. Um, if that adds that, and that's done. For some reason, it's saying field required. Yeah, this is the problem I was having in Chrome, in that this pop-up with this test card doesn't close after pressing done.
I think there might be some field in dummy in a billing address somewhere. If you click on,
Ah,
oh,
yeah.
but it's not showing us the address, so that's a bug. So,
Yep. So this is and this is controlled by Stripe or WooCommerce. It might be because I've enabled the test APIs that this pop-up is no longer working. I don't know.
okay.
I'm not too
Mhm.
sure, but yeah, it's an interesting bug. You know, we've just tried to do happy path testing here, and discovering a usability issue. How would you describe this issue?
Because first of all, when I enter all the detail and it's saying billing address, it's saying all my details are there, but when I click on it, it doesn't display anything. This means this is not. It should
Yeah,
be displaying all details what is displaying on the screen, but when I click on it, it doesn't display any details.
yeah. So we're unable to edit. We're unable to edit a billing address we've added. We're unable to go through payment. And we're getting no feedback for if there's something wrong on this form.
Yes, and plus it should be giving us the validation that there's something wrong and you should be filling this, and we don't know what's wrong.
Yeah. And I know, I think, I'm pretty sure I've tested this on Chrome before, but I did just update my WooCommerce. So maybe updating my WooCommerce might have been the issue, or it could just be the test APIs that I've enabled.
Might
Um,
be, but
yeah, but when I was doing this on, this is the Edge browser,
okay.
I was able to use the test APIs on Edge, so I'm not too sure what's
Hmm.
happening here. So if we go through that again, like doing cross-browser testing is quite useful if you're trying to pinpoint if it's just a Chrome issue versus
Hmm.
um, a more generic issue. The fact that we don't have a pop-up for the cart means there's something different between how Edge and Chrome interact with the WooCommerce on a WordPress blog. So this is
Oh,
interesting,
really?
right? Because
Hmm.
this is not a pop-up.
Hmm.
And so if I go to a checkout, and these are the details I've entered previously, and you can see here, like this page is completely different.
But how come they should be displaying same page on the every browser? So that's not correct.
Yeah, it's weird. Maybe it's because I'm logged in on, so
Two, but even if you logged in on two browsers, one should be logged out. So that's security issue, no?
No, I'm logged into WordPress itself to manage my own
Okay.
website on this one. So if
Okay.
I, maybe if I do, and now I can't, so I can cancel that. What happens if I do an incognito window, so I'm not logged into my WordPress blog, and I go to buy me a coffee? So let's see if it's, yeah, this one doesn't do the pop-up. So there's, maybe the bug is not actually that much of a bug. It's only an issue when I'm logged into my own blog and I'm trying to buy something from me.
Okay.
uh, so it's a pretty high impact bug, but has a low chance of happening for anyone else who's visiting my blog because no one else has login access to my blog, right?
Okay.
Because this looks more
That's very
like,
weird.
sorry.
That's very weird.
Yeah, it is a really weird bug, but it's an interesting one to discover though.
Hmm.
So yeah, now if we go through the happy path on Chrome, um, it looks like it's working correctly. Did we? Yeah. So we've added that to the cart. So sorry, there's 2 coffees. So we could change the quantity here as well. Can we go down to 0? Okay, goes down to 0. Can we?
Can we enter emojis? Or
Okay, yeah, we can try and enter emojis. But yeah, there's an error message that comes up if you try to order like minus 90 beers.
okay.
Um,
But I think there should be a validation message that it shouldn't let you enter the negative decimal in there. It should stop you.
I'm just using vanilla WordPress for this one. So
Okay.
let's see. Let's do. I'm just gonna do an emoji. Um, Google. There we go.
You can use bug magnet.
Yeah,
In bug
but
magnet, there's emojis as well. So
yeah, but bug magnet doesn't seem to when I'm in incognito mode. The extensions
okay.
don't seem
Okay.
to.
Yes.
So
It doesn't integrate in the. Yes.
oh,
Oh, cart is updated.
so I tried to copy and paste an emoji into my cart and press enter, and then it emptied my cart.
Okay.
Would you? Is that a bug?
I think so. It's a bug because emojis shouldn't be allowed in the text field. So it's saying it's been entered successfully.
And the arrows, up and down arrows work.
Hmm.
But yeah, if I press backspace and try to paste in an emoji, and press enter, it just empties the cart.
What happens if you go all the way? If you buy this saying card updated, and if you try to buy it, does it let you buy with emojis?
No, it just empties the cart with the emoji.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Yeah. Coupon code. What if I put an emoji in there? There we go. Emoji and coupon code. Coupon does not exist. But that's not a bad
Okay,
error message.
that's okay.
Yeah.
That's good validation message.
Um. Yeah. So.
There's one thing I've tried it. Like I keep pressing back and forth. Then I press refresh. The page crashes sometimes.
Because I'm using WordPress, I. What happens if we try to update and then go forward? So that's now updated the cart and back. Yeah, doesn't seem to be crashing.
And then you press refresh button.
Yep.
Oh, there's three now.
Yeah, I've added 3 now.
Okay.
Yeah, refresh, forward and back.
Okay.
It's a good test heuristic though. Trying to get a website to crash.
Because sometimes what happens, the website crashes, and sometimes when you're logged in and it says you're logged out, and it creates a lot of issues.
Yeah, no, it's a really useful, quick heuristic for a tester to use to get websites to do funky behavior. But considering this is mostly vanilla WordPress with vanilla WooCommerce integration, seems to work okay.
Okay, that seems good.
So Testy McTestface or Bob Test, 42 Wallaby Way. Actually, an interesting thing to do in the surname. Sometimes the capitalization doesn't always get translated into databases.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
having a Mick name or having something with a bit of capitalization might not always be saved correctly in the database.
Okay.
Also, like, what's the length of these fields? Do they have a maximum character limit?
Because normally there's a maximum character limit which is 256 characters. But
Something like that. Um, we can also get that emoji back into Bob's name. Sydney. 2000. And I can check to see if the email goes out as well. Maybe I won't use that email. I think I got another test email somewhere.
Did we try email without at the rate and then
Without the app?
yes.
So if we use that card number, what happens? The card's expiration date is incomplete. That seems like a good error message.
Yes.
1023.
What about 33 or something?
1033?
Can we enter negative decimal in there?
No, I can't enter a negative in there. I can't enter any letters either, so it only allows you to enter numbers.
Can we enter emoji in there?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, actually, that wasn't the emoji. That was the mobile number. Nope.
That's good. It's good to go.
And I think, yeah, the CVC code is also limited to just numbers. So if we try to do that, invalid email address. Please correct and try again.
What happens if you refresh now? Or should we press refresh or?
Refresh. Let's see what happens. We lose our name.
What happens if we go back to the normal screen where we came from? If we go back.
Back here. And then forward again.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we've just lost we kind of lost the name.
Okay, the rest is still there, so.
Yeah. Email and phone number is lost as well.
Okay.
Which is a little annoying.
Because it should have been vanished.
All of this?
All of this. Why it still says displaying some details?
I don't know. I have enabled some cookies for my blog.
Okay.
So
that might be one of the reasons.
Would you expect it to lose all the information?
But as you said, you got cookies, so that might be one of the reasons. So that's fine.
But it's odd that some of the information stayed and some of the information disappeared.
But because this is weird, so some of information is still there, and some of it should be one way or another. It shouldn't be in the middle somewhere. Some is there and some is
Mm,
not this. So
yeah.
this is making me slightly surprised. What's going on here?
Yeah. No, I think it's a bit odd as well. I mean, like, we did have a large amount of data in these ones, and we had emojis, I think.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah. But it is odd that we lost some things. Oh, and we can input emojis?
The phone number.
Yeah. What happens? Oh, and we lost all the card number information.
Okay. How come this card is okay? You are just using the card number.
This is the test card number. So, because I've enabled the test APIs,
Okay.
this one allows you to. There are other card numbers we could use. So, for example, Stripe has. So this is just the first one that they list, the 4242. Whereas if we wanted to emulate different card types, we've got all these different card numbers that we could use. So yeah, I could try and use a Japanese credit card instead and see if my integration supports JCB. What happens? Billing phone is not a valid phone number. Okay, so it doesn't like the emoji in the phone number.
Okay.
But yeah, when I didn't build this form at all. I only enabled WooCommerce and
Okay.
integrated it with Stripe.
Is it like a plugin or something?
Yeah, it is a plugin. There we
Hmm.
go. Order has gone through. And so I should have gotten.
There was a $3 coffee for each.
There was $3.50,
Okay.
and I had 3 in the cart.
So how much was each?
They were $3.50.
339. Okay, that's perfect. I'm just checking whether it came the calculation came okay. Whether it's
Did we just lose audio, or are you still there?
yeah, I'm still there.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay.
So yeah, just doing the calculations and checking that all looks correct.
Yes.
Now that we've actually done the order, what happens if we go back now? We actually go back to an empty cart.
Okay. What happens if you press refresh and then back and forth, back and forth?
Yeah, it doesn't seem we get back to the order. We're still back on order received page. Can we refresh on that one? Okay.
That's imperfect. Buy me a coffee. If you scroll down under order detail, and why is showing a link?
Because that's a link to the item you can buy.
Okay.
And yeah, that's just the name of the item that we've purchased.
Okay.
So now, if I go back to my order history, if I refresh this page now, there we go. We got that with the emoji.
How
And-
come it's coming emoji? Okay, it's just a name, so.
Yeah, it was just the name. And I can click through on that order. And I guess that's a Stripe link. So if I click on that, this takes me to my Stripe platform.
Mhm.
So you can see it was paid with GCB. I can't see the credit number.
Okay, it's encrypted properly then.
Yeah. Also, it was $3.50 US dollars. So it's on the
Mhm.
conversion into AUD because I have my blog set up so that I get paid in Australian dollars.
Okay.
And they've given the exchange rate, the fee, and how much I would get. So out of that $10.50 or $13 worth of coffee, I would have gotten paid $12.81.
Okay.
And you get some transaction ID information
Mhm.
and who the email it was sent out and the address. Oh, so it's even got the origin from
Oh,
the
that's interesting.
because that's from the credit card. It was a Japanese credit card,
Okay.
and so it's put the origin as Japan.
Mhm. Oh,
Okay.
even it's showing the location as well. So.
Yeah. So you kind of get the information of the IP address of where they purchased it.
Mhm.
I guess I'm now leaking my device IP address. And so if that was sent out to, so if that's a mail to link and gives you an
Mhm.
order ID. Okay, so this and it gives you all the API responses as well.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what it looks like in Stripe. That's what it looks like in WordPress. Oh yeah, and it also calculates the Stripe payout there.
It seems all looking cool and nice to go. So.
Yeah, I just want to check the email that was sent out.
Okay.
So if I go to, I don't know what emails I have floating around in my email, so I don't know if I'm leaking a whole bunch of information. Doesn't seem to have sent out the actual email. Maybe because I've just enabled the test APIs. Or it could be,
Spam.
yeah, just checking the spam. No, no, it's not there in the spam. I would guess that if you've got test APIs enabled, it doesn't
Mhm.
actually send out the order details.
Okay.
Because I think when I was testing it out, um, no, no, can't find it. Anyway, um, I thought when I was testing it out beforehand that I actually used real money and used one of
Mhm.
my real credit cards just to see how Stripe would work.
Okay.
And I think I did get an email, but I can't find it in my emails anymore.
Mhm.
Actually, what I could do, I could find the old order number, and search for it that way. But never mind. That's okay. I'm just getting a bit sidetracked. So yeah, so you can explore credit card payments fairly easily. And what are
Uh,
some of the other ideas we had?
Sam, that's really useful. I've never seen this one used before. So next time I'll be using this Stripe application when I'm trying to integrate all the e-commerce. But when I'm doing a payment testing, this is very useful. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, I can post you the link for all the test card numbers. So in our
Oh,
chat,
that's great. Thank you.
stripe.com/docs/testing.
Thank you.
And that gives you a bunch of different things that you can test with. And I think this also works for PayPal. I think they're the same numbers that are used in PayPal. So you can
Okay.
test PayPal test credit card. Because I think they're the same numbers that all platforms tend to use.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just see. Credit card numbers for testing. So yeah, there's a list of credit card numbers. So they're a different list.
Okay.
So it depends what platform your customer is using. Do you find they tend to use PayPal? Or
Because
what's the most common?
most of the time they're using the direct, like as you did. They're trying to use. They don't go to third party. They're using the details directly, and they try to enter it directly onto the application.
Oh, okay. So is it like someone's tried to build more stuff?
Yes.
I feel like that if you should probably they're probably still trying to use third party systems.
Okay.
Because building out your own payment gateway
Hmm.
it's like reinventing the wheel because
Okay.
it's already been built before, and if you build
Okay.
it yourself, you're likely to fuck up.
Okay.
You're likely to introduce a lot of bugs if you try and build it out yourself. Like it
Okay.
makes sense for particular companies who take their security really seriously to be able to build out their own payment gateways.
Okay. Okay. That's another useful thing I've learned today. So.
Yeah, because I don't know what happens if I input a test card number into my Stripe integration. I thought they used the same numbers, but I guess they don't.
Okay.
And where were we? So yes, we discovered a bug where the integration, if someone's logged into a WordPress blog and they try to make a Stripe purchase in Chrome, it doesn't work. But in incognito mode, it does. So that was fine. It was a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of cross-browser testing.
Yes.
Um, I guess we don't
You have done
necessarily.
security as well.
Not really. Because it's a third-party integration. I have SSL
Okay.
certificates on my blog. And I have
Okay.
a self-renewing SSL certificate. I use Let's Encrypt.
Okay.
To create a rolling 3-month certificate. So I never have to update SSL certificates on my blog because I just enabled Let's Encrypt.
Okay.
And I think the way I did it a while ago. So Let's Encrypt Google Cloud. I think I basically had to SSH into my Google Cloud service, enable Let's Encrypt.
Okay. So how does this help in terms of as a developer, in terms of tester, as a customer? How does this help?
It means I never have to
This increase.
manually upload my own SSL certificates when they expire.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And it was fairly easy to set up. If you have a look at my certificate,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it goes for 3 months. It's valid until May, so it's valid for another 15 days, and then it'll just automatically renew itself.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, we're not really going to go in depth for security testing, because I haven't built most of this payment gateway. It's just third-party integration. I don't need to worry so much about security right now. We haven't done any responsive testing for this.
Yes.
So,
Missed the yes. Next stage will be responsiveness testing.
sorry?
Yes, I said next will be responsiveness testing. Yes.
So can you just walk me through that? Do we?
If you click on that, yes,
There we go. So this is what that
and
page looks like.
on iPad,
Yep. What's the smallest phone at the moment?
smallest. I think if we try Galaxy S5, that's going smaller now. Should we do a payment on? Should we see a payment on structure on responsiveness and check all the fields are working properly?
Yep. So here we're going through the Galaxy
So
S5.
if you Sam, if you kindly, if you can scroll up slightly upside, and if you can click on the menu button, are they all working properly, please? And if you click on home,
Yep.
yes, that's working.
I have to
And
go
then
back
you, yes,
because I don't have a shortcut for going to your cart from the menu. Maybe I
okay,
should add like a cart. Oh, the thing is, I'm only doing this for testing purposes.
okay, yes,
If I was building out a proper e-commerce site, I probably would have more of the shopping stuff in the side menu.
okay. We
Y-
just when I'm doing testing, is sometimes the home the menu bar doesn't work and it creates problems. So that's why I was just thinking to test those.
Okay, no, that's a good heuristic there.
Should we change the quantity and check whether it's working fine?
One thing I've noticed the difference between a web thing and a not responsive, a larger
Galaxy S,
field.
yes.
I think there were arrows on the quantity. Can I? And I could press the arrows, whereas you can't on responsive.
Okay.
Can I go back? That's just a difference. So buy me a coffee, add to cart, view cart. So you can see here there's arrows
Okay.
when it's
That's
browser version,
uh-huh.
but you
This
don't.
is this is not this is a UI issue or
I don't think it's really a UI issue. I think it's just how WooCommerce has set up the
hmm.
difference for these fields.
Okay. Okay.
But it's just interesting to observe.
Hmm.
I
And
wonder. Sorry,
why
you.
this field when you click on quantity when you click on the quantity, why the field is getting blurry around the text field? You see the small dots?
Yes, but that's to say this field is selected. Because I think there
Okay.
was the same.
Same here, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing is this dark mode off comes in between.
Oh, this was a new thing added to WordPress themes. Um,
Okay.
it just enables dark mode.
Okay.
So, let's use another one of those credit cards. Which credit card would you like to use?
I like American Express.
Okay, there we go. Oh, and so the CVC for this one is 4 digits.
Okay.
Where were we? Oh yeah, and it comes up with an American Express.
Okay.
What happens if we put in... Oh, it won't allow us to do 00.
Okay.
At the start of the year. 21. Card's expiration date is past.
Is it? Okay, yes. January is gone.
So if we do 1, 2, 3, if we do 3, it shouldn't authenticate. Should it? If it requires a 4-digit.
It's thinking at the moment.
Yeah.
Finger crossed.
Oh, nope, went through.
But do you think it's a bug?
Probably not. I think it's just the documentation says it needs 4 digits, but because we're using test APIs, 3 digits is fine.
Okay.
I don't know.
But should we enter more than 5 digits?
Yeah, maybe we could go back and enter 5 digits. Now, I need to go back to, where are my products? Yeah, so in this page here, I can add more products if I want.
Okay.
Oops. And change the links and change what the page looks like. So let's go back to our checkout. So we're going back through that process. View cart and we purchased 2, right? And then now it's showing 3.
Mm-hmm.
There might be an issue. Because we bought stuff. It should have cleared the cart, right?
Yes, and it's still bringing the same quantity.
Yeah, and now we've added a new one. Now it's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah, that's slightly unexpected behavior. I would say that's a bit of a bug. Though at the end of the day, because customers generally aren't likely to buy multiple things in the same situation, also because I'm not managing a storefront. If I was running an actual store, this might be an issue. But if I'm only using this blog to reach out to get support, maybe it's not so much of an issue because of the way customers might interact in this blog versus a storefront.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because I go to a cash machine. I know this cash machine doesn't work properly, and sometimes I'm asking for a certain amount of the money, but it always gives me more. So the option I'm using is £20, but sometimes it gives me £40. But it does on the back end it works properly, but on the front end the UI doesn't work properly. So
This doesn't allow me to enter 5 digits. Just 4.
okay, that's perfect.
But yeah, I don't think it cleared out the cart. But yeah, so if I go back to that and add another one to cart, it's now probably going to be 4. Oh. No, this time it cleared the cart properly.
Okay.
There's probably just a weird thing happening with the cookie caching or something. I don't know. So maybe an issue, maybe not an issue.
I think we have to try a couple of times. If it pops up after 3 times, it does the same behavior, then it's the issue. If it doesn't after a couple of times, then it's not an issue.
Yeah, that's definitely something that might be worth exploring further. It could be just because I copied and pasted the link from here into here, and that because we've got a mobile session, but it's not as separate, maybe. So I think that might have caused the copy and pasting the link from a different tab into
Mm-hmm.
this when we're
Mm-hmm.
doing mobile emulation might have caused that issue.
Okay. And there's another thing. Apply coupon and coupon code. The buttons are very closely. There is no space.
Yep. Would you say that's a bug?
It's not a bug, but it's a UI issue. So it should be the buttons should be the layout should be same. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like a space there wouldn't hurt.
All the buttons they are the same space, but this button it should have a space or it should be aligned properly. I think.
Mm. So if I inspect that, probably just that doesn't have so it's just the button and doesn't have any padding around it by the looks of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, cool. I think we're close to time, Uma. That's like an
Yes.
hour worth of testing.
Yes.
And just to put up the mind map to remind some of the things that we talked about today.
Yes.
And did you enjoy this session?
Yes, session went really fast, and there was something which I learned, like really useful. Like in terms of tool, I learned the Stripe tool, and which was very interesting. I've never used it before, so this is what I learned today, and I'll be using in the future. And second thing is mind map. Before we started, we used mind map, so we know where we have to go, and it was quite useful tool as well. Because sometimes as a tester you get distracted. So these were three things which we learned, which was very useful. And let's encrypt. That's another thing which I learned today. So session was really useful, and thanks to Sam for
Cool.
organizing this wonderful session.
Thank you for participating in my first Let's Test live exploratory session. Thank you so much for making your time available and for joining early on a Sunday morning in the UK.
No problem. Thanks for your time, Sam, as well, and have a nice day ahead. Enjoy your rest of the evening.